Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. Today this is your preview for Chelsea versus Brentford, whilst at the same time we have a bit more information to share with you. So this is going to get very interesting. Before we jump into the Chelsea versus Brentford preview and actually looking into that game as a fixture and what to expect and what starting 11 I think Thomas Tuchel should go with, let's talk about what is happening tomorrow and the latest news in and around the whole ownership thing, the Ricketts and whatnot. So tomorrow, as I already outlined in my video yesterday, you can catch that right here if you haven't already, a protest is taking place outside of Stamford Bridge, outside Stamford Gate, just adjacent from the hotels, so that entrance, not Britannia Gate, the other entrance, Stamford Gate. Big protest planned to take place there starting midday tomorrow. So if you're able to make it, make it. It's a no to Ricketts protest. And yeah, if you are going to be attending, bring banners. Whether it's homemade, whether it's on some cardboard, do what you got to do. Just like people did for the Super League protest, bring them along. If you are going to the game, still bring them along, because if you're going into the ground, hopefully you can get it into the ground and make your voice heard there. Even though it's not on TV in this country, it will be on TV across the world. So it's still a statement to be made. We now know that the We Are The Shed group are publishing a banner, no to Ricketts, so much thanks to them. That will be published, that will be put out at Stamford Bridge before tomorrow's game, so it will be there for everyone to see. If you are attending, you will see it there. But if you are able to make that protest, please do. Even if you're not going to the game, I'll be there. A lot of other people will be there. Make sure you come along and make your voice heard. We don't want the Ricketts, simple as that. Now, talking about the Ricketts, we have some news as to what their latest move is. What have they done? And I thought I'd share it with you here, because it's red flag after red flag after red flag with these lot. Check this out. This comes from Mark Kleinman, who's been very, very vocal across the whole Chelsea takeover, so well done to him for his efforts. Exclusive, the owners of the Chicago Cubs have hired Jefferies, the investment bank, to work on their bid for Chelsea Football Club ahead of a final deadline for offers on April 11th that will determine the future ownership of the Stamford Bridge outfit. It obviously goes on to say here, the consortium compromising the Ricketts family and hedge fund manager Ken Griffin has hired the investment bank Jefferies to work on its bid ahead of an April 11th deadline. If we go into this from Liam Toomey, who is a very well-connected Chelsea journalist, for those that don't know, he has quoted this and said, the Ricketts family's decision to bring in Jefferies, who according to their president, hold a #1 position in US leveraged buyout loans, raises new concerns about their bid. Goes on to say that may not be what this is, but whether it's Ricketts or any of the other bidders, it's hard to see how Chelsea, Rain or the UK government could justify signing off on a Glazers-style takeover, particularly after all the talk of safeguarding Chelsea's future. This is key. This is key. And again, we're not entirely sure why Jefferies have been hired here. But if it is to facilitate a Glazer-style takeover, you know, where the Saudi media group were not on the shortlist because of this very reason, in terms of using money out on loans in order to purchase Chelsea Football Club. Hang on. I thought the Ricketts had everything covered here in terms of money ready to go to buy the club. What's happened? Do they not? Are they having to rely on an investment firm in order to recuperate the funds and put forward a Glazer-style takeover where now the club are in debt to the new owner from the get-go? I mean, is that what we really want? Again, he's right in saying that Chelsea, Rain or the UK government would look at that and go, that's not exactly safeguarding Chelsea here. In terms of the one condition that whoever's going to be taking the club on needs to be in a position where Chelsea is safeguarded, regardless. And it's hard to see if this is the case. If not, why would Jefferies be hired? Now, we'll wait and see. But again, another reason added onto the list here. With these guys, it's red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. I don't know how many more red flags people need in order to just go, yo, this is maybe a little bit too risky. Maybe, you know? when we have other options on the table that we can go to? Anyway, what I do want to say, obviously, the We Are The Shed group have decided to display a banner at tomorrow's game, and that is that's wonderful from them, so much appreciated to them. They will be obviously taking part. Now, the Chelsea Supporters Trust, I want to let all of you know, for those that don't know. The Chelsea Supporters Trust, if you are a member, have sent out an email to you today, just like they sent it to me. Thousands of members in the Chelsea Supporters Trust, you would have received an email to fill in a survey. Fill in that survey is my message. Fill it in, because what the Supporters Trust are trying to gather from that survey is the public opinion of the members of the Chelsea Supporters Trust. How are all of you actually feeling about the Ricketts? Let us know. That way we know how the entire trust is feeling, so we can move forward and represent that. I saw the survey, I saw the email, I saw what the Supporters Trust had to say about why they've decided to publish this email, and I was like, you know what? That's a very good move. Very good move. They've decided to ask questions, and based on ranking, whether you strongly agree all the way to strongly disagree, and you also have a portion at the end where you will be able to type in your own words, your feelings and sentiments towards this whole thing. So please fill that in if you have received that email, send it over, submit it, and hopefully they get the message. Because right now, Chelsea Supporters Trust, along with some of the others, have kind of, been a bit on the fence. And I can understand it to an extent, because there's a reputation to uphold, that they want to make sure that everything's done correctly, as they are the official Supporters Trust. So fair enough. But let's make our voices clear to them. And tomorrow, the protest should add to that. So again, if you're able to make it, please attend, please bring banners, please bring what you can. Again, this is strictly peaceful. We want to make sure that we just make our voices heard, we make our opinion clear, and then from there, cool, see what happens. But please be in attendance. The more, the merrier. Unity in numbers is where, hopefully we get success from. So please try and make it. Now, Chelsea versus Brentford. We are going into this match preview because there is still a football match to talk about here. And in terms of the Premier League table, we're in a good position. I have to say, we are sitting 10 points behind Liverpool and 11 points behind Manchester City, but we do have a game in hand. So if we were to win that game in hand, Man City and Liverpool still got to play each other. So imagine we win that game in hand, they draw, and hopefully we can capitalise. Yeah, I mean, you never know, right? You never know. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe on the final day, we'll be in the mix. Although it's very, 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 very unlikely from happening. The key here is to make sure we just remain ahead of Arsenal, get third place, and hopefully, in terms of the FA Cup, Champions League, we have enough men, no injuries, a nice mindset, a winning mentality, good form. And this is where this game comes in. This is a game for us to keep up the good form. Before the international break, we were looking good. Not in terms of performance, strictly. We've had better days. But results are coming in. And they're coming in very, very well. So hopefully we keep that going. Now, in terms of tomorrow's game, one encouraging piece of news is that Reece James is available and ready to start. He's ready for selection. He's fit. Thank goodness for that. He's coming at a right time. I hope he comes in. He's ready. He doesn't get injured, he plays, he gains momentum, has the Champions League, Real Madrid, FA Cup semi-final, and he's still there and playing every single game. Fingers crossed, up until the end of the season, Reece James is there until the end. So that's very encouraging. Hudson-Odoi is still out with the injury that he had prior to the international break, so that's unfortunate. But in terms of some of the others, Christensen's back in the fold, Kepa and Saul are available, and in terms of everyone else, technically everyone else is available, but you have to bear in mind international break, the games that were played, and who is actually going to take part tomorrow and who's just going to be rested. You are going to get a few names that are rested. So without further ado, let's jump into the starting 11 and what I think Thomas Tuchel should go with. So, starting off with, without question, Mr. African champion, qualified to the World Cup. Congratulations, Edouard Mendy. He is in goal, without a doubt. I think, personally, Chalobah gets the nod. Even though I know many of you would go Christensen, even I would go Christensen. But the fact that he's just come back from injury, maybe he might be safeguarded for this game. and Chalobah is the one that starts. That way for Real Madrid, Christensen should be 100%. Unless if Christensen already is 100%. You know how it is at Chelsea though. We don't like to take risks anymore. So I guess it's going to be Chalobah, which I'm cool with. And in terms of the centre backs alongside him, I would go Antonio Rudiger. Thiago Silva, is he actually going to be available? I would say that he is. Although, based on international break and whatnot as well, he did travel out, so don't know. But in terms of our centre-backs and who we have available, you always want Thiago Silva to play. If he's ready to play, he plays, because he's just fantastic in every sense of the word. So that would be the back three, in my opinion. Welcome back, Reece. Welcome back. With pleasure. With pleasure. We finally have someone at a wing-back position who we look at and go, you are the bread and butter. You are going to get the job done. And not just in terms of bombing forward, even defensively getting stuck in, but assists, even goals. This guy has it all. Reece James, without question, starts this game. On the left-hand side, we don't have much choice. Again, if we are playing in the wing-back system, it's going to be Alonso, and I'm cool with that. We'll see what happens. In midfield, Kante, and I would go Kovacic. I wouldn't go Jorginho. I know some would probably look at this game and go Brentford. They're going to be sitting back. I don't think they are. I don't think they will. I mean, there's going to be times where they are defending, but they are a bit of a ballsy team that likes to come out. And right now, in terms of trying to avoid relegation and make sure that they're not going to be in the mix, which right now, they have a good distance, but there are teams below them that have games in hand. So they have to be careful, which means they have to come out and try and get a result. They can't just sit back and do nothing. And Brentford do have the tools for that. So personally, I would go Kovacic, who I think has a little bit more to his game that will disrupt the opposition in midfield. Is able to wing back the ball quickly, is able to get a transition going quickly. I think faster than Jorginho. So for me, I would go Kante and Kovacic. If the game is settled down, we can bring on Jorginho without question, and I think that would actually be quite handy. In terms of the front three, this is something that I thought about. Pulisic won't play. No way. Even though he's fit, he's available, he's there, he won't play. There's no way. For what he's had to endure to try and get the United States to qualify, he's played fantastic out there. He scored a hat-trick, 2 of them penalties, but still, he scored a hat-trick. One of the goals was phenomenal. Not just fantastic, phenomenal. So, you'd want to see Pulisic there, but you know what? Rest him. He's had to play all that football. He's had to travel there and back. He's got this game now. It's too soon. Too much too soon. So for me, rest him. Get him ready for Real Madrid. Get him ready for Real Madrid. And that is where I think he will shine. So Pulisic, right now, put him on the side. So for me, on the left, let's go Mason Mount. Hudson-Odoi, as I've already mentioned, is unavailable. So in terms of the only logistical and proper option we have, it's going to be Mason Mount. Why? Because on the right-hand side, I would go Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech did not travel. Even though, congrats to Morocco for qualifying to the World Cup. They have made it without Ziyech. And again, this is my point when it comes to that whole Morocco-Ziyech situation. They're doing just fine without him. But thankfully, he's doing just fine without them. And it means that he didn't have an international break, which means he's fully fit and he's ready to go. And he plays tomorrow. Without a doubt, he plays tomorrow. So on that right-hand side, Hakim Ziyech. And up top, big man, the king. King Kai. King Kai Havertz starts without a doubt. Without a doubt, you keep that form going. Prior to the international break, all he knew was goals, and goals. Keep it going, mate. Tomorrow, more goals. That's it. So for me, Kai Havertz up top. Let's get this job done, and hopefully we pick up 3 points and we can start focusing on the Champions League. And as well as that, we'll have a nice gap between ourselves and Arsenal, as we already do right now, which seems quite handy to us. And we can keep our eye, for now, just keep our eyes on Liverpool and City and see what happens. Down the line, why not try? Why not? But that would be my starting 11. And in terms of a score prediction, I'm going to keep it subtle here. I'm going to stay a bit humble, yeah? Brentford are a team that I think are going to come out and give something here. And I do expect a bit of a good game. They have tools, Ivan Toney and whatnot. They have good players. And they have a good manager. Thomas Frank is a very, very shrewd manager. And we discovered that when we first played them over at Brentford at the beginning of the season. You guys remember, that was difficult. So I expect a tough game. But I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Brentford 0. Again, nothing too drastic. but a 2-0 win where hopefully we get the momentum, we control the game, we keep the ball, we create the chances, we score twice. Thank you very much. Pick up 3 points. So fingers crossed that is how it goes down. We'll see what happens. Now, tomorrow, there will not be a watch-along. I'm sorry. Just for tomorrow, though, there will not be a watch-along. And that's because I will be at the protest. So I will be filming at the protest. I will get a video out to you guys of the protest alongside my match review. So you will be getting a match review tomorrow, because I will be watching the game, not at the ground, but I will be watching the game. I'll publish the match review for you guys. And after that, I will be uploading a video of the day at the protest and what arises from it all. So hopefully it's all going to go down really, really well. And if you are there, I will see you then. Tell your Chelsea friends and family if you haven't already. Let them all know if they are able to make it. Please attend. It's a big cause to make sure that Chelsea doesn't end up in the wrong hands. That's all we want. That is all we want. So fingers crossed, it all goes really, really well, and I'll see all of you there. But if you are not going to be there, I will see you tomorrow on the match review, where hopefully we pick up 3 points. And then going forward, obviously Real Madrid and all of that, there will be watch along. So make sure you are here for that. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell next to the subscription button to be notified once I've uploaded. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed this, and I'll see all of you tomorrow. And if I see you at the protest, I'll see you in person. So have a good one, people. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care. And peace.